after Google's exit in the Chinese market in 2010. From 2010 to 2015, the Chinese tech sector grew.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me properly? Is everything okay? Online?
Yes.
During the session, thank you very much.
Sur nos futures défenses, sur nos futures représentations.
Story 1.